This is Swaggy Kim,
This is El Chapo.
and we're here to tell you about DNA-O.
DNA is a double helix, which is cool like a rising phoenix. They are made of double strands. If a coil will stretch miles of lands. The formation is one phosphate, sugar, nitrogen, and complementary bases. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. These are the aces. This is called a nucleotide. In time, DNA needs to replicate. Don't worry, no need to hesitate. This process is called DNA replication. They don't have time to take a vacation.
Wait.
Let's start. First, DNA is uncoiled by topoisomerase. It's okay, the bonds are still in embrace. It just creates a replication bubble. You're worrying too much, it's no trouble. The place that splits is the replication fork. It's not as chubby as a big fat pork. In that bubble is the origin of replication. It's always in the same location.
DNA is held together by H bonds, which is cut by those that are found. It's cut by an enzyme called DNA helicase. It splits the DNA into two ways. Both are called OG strands, which serves as a template for the newbie strands.
To keep the strands getting back together, SSRB protein holds it back forever. When DNA realizes it cut half its complementary bases, DNA polymerase adds nucleobases that matches. However, RNA primase adds RNA primer to the beginning of replication, like eggs coming out of a buff chicken. When DNA replicates, it goes into two directions. One never stops, like a big train station.
This is called the leading strand and never stops building until finally it expands. In other words, it's continuous, like walls that are fortuitous. There's one more called the lagging strand. It stops in small sections, like in shopping stands. In other words, it's called discontinuous. It's the opposite of continuous.
In between are small segments. These are called Okazaki fragments. Later they are attached by DNA ligase, like getting plastic surgery on a broken face. Ooh, kill 'em. Every strand is anti-parallel, going 5 to 3 carbon, like building a hotel. Fuck it, that was 2 tries.
In conclusion, DNA replication passes down genetic info in order not to screw up and go wacko. The DNA cannot memorize billions of nucleotides. To save energy, it divides. This tactic is called semi-conservative, which is always effective!
This is Swaggy Kim,
And El Chapo.
thanks for watching our video on DNA Rap. Tune in on next week for our next DNA Rap. Until then, peace!
Hello, Rabbit. Wow, what are you doing? 1, 2. Come on.
Gotta make it shorter.
That wasn't cool, man. That wasn't cool, man.
We had to make it This is called the leading strand and never stops building until finally expands. In other words, it's continuous, like walls that are fortuitous. There's one more called lagging strand. It stops in small sections, in order. Oh my god. It's not gonna. I messed up. No, I messed up like that. This is not gonna be like those.
How tired I am.
In conclusion, DNA replicates to pass down genetic information. I said information. It's supposed to be info.
Oh.
Dude,